victory.
That's a picture of someone that needs to do more burpees. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, you got off the rower pretty much like 10 seconds after me.
She had 4 calories left when she got up.
And we got on at the same time.
Pretty much.
She got on maybe one rep at front, like one dumbbell snatch. My rowing was pretty dog trash. Ellie cheered me on though.
Yeah, actually I don't think I cheered you on.
No.
I cheered Olivia on.
No, not a single word said, hey, go Jacob!
Go Jacob there.
So?
I'll beat you in toes bar one.
Savage! Hey, it's got bar muscle ups. Is the same rep scheme for me as her?
Okay, well, never mind.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're gonna jump right into it because this is a long workout. So there we go. 3, 2, 1, getting it. All right, so we are doing the age group online qualifier event number 3. So for those of you that are a little bit confused on what AGOQ stands for, that's age group online qualifier. And essentially what that is the sanctional / regional for any age group qualifiers, such as 15 to 16, 16 to 17, and then 35 plus. So all the teenagers and all the Masters athletes. So anyways, all right, so today we're doing workout number 3, and for those of you that don't know how that kind of works, like there's 6 workouts released on Thursday, and they have to do them all by Monday at 7 p.m. Central Time. So it's very similar to the Open, whereas the Open is 5 workouts over the course of 5 weeks. This is 6 workouts, or sometimes it's like 5, sometimes it's 6. 5 or 6 scored events over the course of like 4 days. So essentially it's like the regionals. So this is workout number 3. It's the first one Liv and I actually did together. Olivia, who as you know has been training with me for years and years. I didn't even know that dog was right behind me. That dog going to hit. Anyways, Olivia's actually right to my right. Well, the screen's right, my actual left. She's doing it next to me. And we're doing it next to each other, so she's getting ready to qualify for her first year of the game. She's done all these workouts the past couple years because of her sister Ellie cursed at her. This will be the first year she can actually go due to her age, so we're really stoked for her. So she's doing these workouts this week, and so I'm joining along for a majority of them. So okay, this is workout number 3. For those that don't know what it is 20-minute time cap, which you shouldn't need if you're trying to qualify. A 20-minute time cap. It is 100 alternating dumbbell snatches at 50 pounds. I'm going to say my weights, which is the same age division for, I believe, the 16 to 17 boys and also the 35 to 39 males. So 50 pounds, 50 calorie row in a concept 2, which you'll see that on my screen, and then 100 bar facing burpees over that bar with a line there to kind of make sure you're facing the bar instead of doing it laterally. The weights are different for obviously different categories. So for instance, Olivia is next to me doing a 20-pound dumbbell, which is super stinking light. It's kind of pathetic how light it is. But anyways, so first of all, let's kind of talk about the snatches real fast. Let's go through the snatches and how I approached them. For those of you that are doing this workout, we're going to kind of talk about how I approached it, what I would change if I did it again, pacing, and all sorts of good stuff. Now, I do want to clarify before we get into the majority of this video that I do not have someone counting for me. So, you know, everyone's really busy doing other things. They're all kind of cheering Olivia on. There's actually a big group of them over to the right-hand side of the screen. You actually see Ellie in the back right side of the screen back there watching the camera. So they're all with Olivia right now, so I don't have a judge, so there's no one counting for me. I'm pretty sure I got 100 on the first and the second piece. Obviously, the rower counts for me. But pretty sure I got 100, but, you know, I could be wrong. If you're on the toilet and you're bored, go ahead and count for me. Anyways, so we are doing how I'm going to approach these snatches. So one thing I did change up for these snatches, you should have the ability as an athlete to change this up however you see fit, is how you bring the snatch down. That's very important. So we're going to talk about snatches even though I'm on the rower because the rower doesn't really even matter that much. So anyways, split real fast as I essentially started the rower to 330. You're about to see the most lackadaisical, pathetic rowing you've ever seen in your entire life right now. Anyways, snatches. How you approach the snatches is very important for 100 alternating snatches. If I told you to do 20 for time, you do it really fast. You know, the dumbbell wouldn't touch your body. On the way down, you do it pretty quickly. This is a little bit different for 100. It shouldn't be a sprint, but it should be something where you're cognizant of the fact that if you do a dumbbell snatch a certain way and it, takes like, let's say you do a dumbbell snatch one way and you, like for instance, when I do dumbbell snatches, sometimes I will bring my elbow into my body and then we'll kind of pop that dumbbell off. So essentially what it looks like is I'll snatch it overhead, I'll bring my elbow that has the dumbbell into my body and use that momentum, I'll drive it into my body and pop that dumbbell off my chest and then catch it with the other arm. It's fine. It works great. It works really, really good if you're using 70s, 80s, or 90s, or 100s because it allows you to control that descent a little more, right? But if you extrapolate that rep over the course of 100 reps, if it's over 20, it's not a big deal. It's like, oh, it's not that much slower than just ghosting it straight down. But if you extrapolate it over 100 reps, you're talking about probably 30 seconds worth of wasted time, right? So you need to make sure you have a specific way you're going to be dumbbell snatching that doesn't waste time, but still doesn't spike your heart rate. So what I'm trying to say is like, don't sprint 100 reps. It's just not going to work. You're going to blow up. You got 100 burpees at the end. That's just going to kick you in the teeth. So you need to be cognizant of the fact that don't waste it. There's no excess movement. Don't have any excess reps. Don't excess, here and there on your reps. Just make sure it's clean, smooth, and fast. So for me, I essentially, if you go back and watch my reps, I brought it straight down. So I would go overhead with it, and I went straight down with the dumbbell, and I just dropped it from overhead, caught it with the other hand, went down. And I can do that with a 50. Now, if you do it with a 70, I can't do it that long with a 70, but I can do it. But if you go any heavier than a 70 or too many reps at a 70, then I will break it and bring that elbow, like I talked about, into my chest and bounce it off my chest and kind of go from there. So, kind of depends on how you approach it. So anyways, that's the 100 dumbbell snatches. I figured you should probably be able to 100 dumbbell snatch about 30 every minute is a good pace, I believe. So if you go 30 every minute, that's 10 every 20 seconds. So hypothetically, I did get on the rower at a 330, but I actually got done with the dumbbell snatches about like a 320. So that's about 10 every 20 seconds. And I kept that pace the whole time. That was the complete goal. Now, got my rower done. I think I rode, let's see, when did I start that? 6:10. I think I rode pretty slow. I'm not going to lie. I'm not the greatest rower. And Andrew even told me, hey, you should try to push the row a little bit. And I decided not to as soon as I got to the rower because it was pretty difficult. I decided, this race, this whole workout, all it comes down to is the 100 bar facing burpees. Like, I'm not going to lie. My row pace, I believe Andrew, when he did it, he held a 12. He said he held above 1200. I don't think I was hardly ever above a 12. I think I rode at like an 11 to 1150, which you might be thinking that's pretty stinking slow. And it is. Don't get me wrong. It's super slow. I'm going to give you a great example why. You can't see her, but Olivia's off to my, left hand of me, right hand of the screen. And so she was actually one dumbbell snatch ahead of me the whole time. So it was actually very helpful for me in counting because I can just kind of know I'm always one behind her. So when she's done, I'm done. So she was one dumbbell snatch ahead of me the whole time. So when she got to 100, I was at 99, right? I had one left. So when she got to the rower, she didn't really have a whole calorie on me probably. Probably got there at the same dang time. But so we pretty much started the rower at the same time. What we finished, I think I finished maybe I had 4 burpees when she was done. Maybe she had 4 calories left when I was done with my rower. And so she was rowing at like 1,000 to 1,100 pace. So she was actually rowing pretty stinking fast compared to me. So it's actually pretty impressive that she was able to hold that. But my point is, the workout isn't really about the dumbbell snatches unless you can go unbroken. You should go unbroken if you're trying to qualify top 10. The workout isn't about the rower unless you just literally can't row, which I can't. But the workout is all about your pacing on the burpee over bar. That's all it comes down to. And I believe if you watch this in the beginning and then watch it at the end, I pretty much don't even stray from this pace. I keep this pace the whole stinking time. Now, granted, let me say, again, pretty sure I got 100. You can count for me if you want to. If not, I'm pretty dang close. It's hard to count to 100 when you're really tired and no one's counting for you. So anyways, I guess my point is the rower doesn't really matter as long as you keep a steady pace and you use it to flush your legs out. That's what kind of Andrew told us to do, and that's what we did. It was used it to kind of flush out the lactic acid, kind of slow down. The first 10 calories is going to be a little bit slow, maybe pick it up a little bit. And then for me, I think the last 5 were a little bit slower because I was just preparing myself for the fact that, okay, when I'm done with this rower, I'm going to get a quick drink of water, which, I'm going to take my time for that. And then I'm going to go just do what I do best at these burpees and just turn my brain off and just forget about where I am and just start doing burpees for like the next 5 minutes. So, burpee speed, how you should approach it, right? So I think for me, I tried to, I wanted to keep 20 a minute, which is pretty quick. I'm not going to lie. So I started at a 6:10 on these burpees, right? And so we'll see my ending time and see how closely I got to 6:10 or, 20 a minute. So 20 a minute gives me 5 minutes to do 100 burpees over a bar, which, a good solid burpee pace is, if you're just doing burpees, which hardly any standard, just kind of jumping and slapping your hands overhead, like you can do that a little above 4, right? So jumping over a bar obviously is take more time. It's going to take an extra second to a half. So doing 20 a minute is a pretty good click. But I think that's what, if you want to get a good score, you're going to have to keep a good pace. And now I'm not saying this is your pace. I'm just saying this is my pace. I want to keep 20 a minute. I want to challenge myself. I think I was able to keep the first 60 reps at 20 a minute, which essentially 60 reps is, 3 sets of 20. That's 3 minutes. So I believe at like 9:10, which we just passed, I was at that pacing. But I think I slowed down. And once I got to like between 60 and 80, I think I was kind of sucking swamp water here and taking a little bit more time than I should have. So approach in such a way that you can pace it out. Like, you don't want to approach in such a way that don't get there feeling all willy-nilly. I mean, I felt great in the beginning of these burpees. So don't get there and think, oh, I feel great. I'm just going to hammer these out and go as fast as I can. You're going to die. And so you have to ask yourself, you can hammer these out as fast as you want in the beginning. Like, you can be like, oh, I got 30 in the first minute. But if you sit there for the next 30 seconds because you're so stinking winded, then what did you really accomplish? You just wasted a bunch of time. So it should be a slow, concise pace. Not slow, but a pace you can keep conservatively, and then you pick it up near the end. So when you're near the end of this workout, whatever it's an 80 for you, an 85 or a 90, whatever rep scheme it is, then you can pick it up. And you kind of tell right now, I'm picking up a little bit, maybe really not. I'm not gonna lie. I thought, okay, by the time I get to 85, 15, I can pick it up, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. You can kind of tell I'm trying to pick it up right here, but it was really difficult because the problem is you stick with a consistent pace throughout 100 reps, and when you're near the end, you're like, I'm gonna pick it up. Your body's used to the 100 reps the same stinking way. So it's hard to tell your body, okay, now pick it up. Because your body's like, I've done 99 reps this way. I'm going to continue to do the rest of these this way too. So that was a little bit difficult. But, all right, so we're approaching near the end here of this workout. I wasn't able to keep 5 minutes, so 20 a minute. I believe I was a little bit over by about 20 seconds. So, not bad. It's pretty much like 20 every 105 or something. Something comes out to equating something like that, I think. So there we go. I think it was like 11:43. Kind of missed it. That was just a lot of burpees. Yikes. All right, guys. So, thanks for watching. Pretty fun workout, long workout, but a good one overall. I really enjoyed it. Here's Livia finishing up hers. She'll be done. I don't know what time she got, but I'm not going to show her time because I don't think she wants it shown just yet. But she's still going. She's still crushing the workout, and this is a good pace for her. She never stopped, and that's the point of the workout. Is you just can't stop doing burpees. Just keep going and don't stop at any point. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will talk to you guys later.